Good morning. This is Reverend Dr. Robert L. McKim Sr. Wanted to finish what I was going to say yesterday before my battery died, passed away, whatever you want to say. These digital cameras, the batteries don't stay fully charged for very long. Long story short, if I can make it short, what I was going to say was that the problem is with Jim Bakker and a lot of other people back years ago, back in the 70s and 80s, and even in the 90s, it was always about making lots of money. You got it. If you made lots of money, you had a nice new $1 million house and $30,000 car, and what have you. I mean, anything that you can, your heart's content, more or less. Anything that a lot of false preachers out there on TV got caught up in this spirit of making lots of money in order to be blessed. And oh yeah, if you give me $1,000, God will make sure you have $10,000. Give me $10,000, and God will make sure you have $1 million. So on, so on, so on, so on. The more you give, the more you get. That isn't how God works. He blesses those who do give. Granted, it also says that, cup runneth over and all that stuff in the Bible. But a lot of people get so caught up in that teaching, and they just totally, believe that if you give, God is going to give 10 times more. 10 times. Well, actually, God does give. He does supply. But He does it in His own time and His own way. Not the way preachers preach. To give you an example, a long time ago, I found a dog where I was when I was still married to my first wife and living there. I found a dog. And I called the police and I asked if there was any reports of a lost dog. They said yes. They came and got the dog. And a few days later, I'm needing $20 to pay a bill. And, I was out of work and didn't have, any money coming in. My wife was working, but she didn't want to help pay the bill. Long story short, I got this thank you card in the mail from the person that owned the dog. Well, guess what? $20 in the card. There, God had just supplied my need when I needed it through somebody I didn't even know. That is how God works. Yeah, it was $20. I'm always praying and asking God to help me to fix up my home, to send somebody my way that can help me, carpenters or whoever that could do it out of their, help me out of their own pocket. Get the material that I need and come here and help me. And well, I'm still trusting in God. not trusting too much in man anymore, or their faith in God. Because if they really had faith in God, they would come here and help me. Because the Bible says, if you give, it will be given unto you. That's where the pressed down, shaken together, and running over comes from. But God didn't say how much He will give. He blesses those who bless others. But it's not always monetary. You can be blessed by something else that you need, through somebody else. So this is how it works. You help somebody, somebody helps you, somebody helps that person, somebody helps, and so on, 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 and so on. Granted, sometimes somebody might have, they can't, do manual labor work, and or they, they're so rich they don't want to lift a finger. Anyhow, long story short, maybe there will be monetary, money, coming your way if you bless somebody else. Maybe you have a need to pay your mortgage, and